Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this week's video. I'm back, y'all. And if you see this and then you like, wait a minute, we got the tax season guide video the following week and she got the same outfit on. I'm batch recording. Why? Because I'm making the most of it. Now, this week's video is talking about my queen to be. I can't believe I just did that, but I did. We talking about the queen. The reason why is because as we are going forward, y'all know I like to teach and break stuff down. And if you are an existing client, you know I'm always shouting out that queen because she is the most important number on the tax return for me. For me. I don't know about nobody else out here, but I'm trying to do whatever we can to get her legally low as possible. She set the tone for everything on the tax return. And I've been thinking about how we do our merch because we actually planning out some merch and stuff like that. And I would love to put this on a t-shirt, right? Of course, we got your help us, help you, help yourself. We got your auto-proof your business in your life, which we're going to record that course. But we also got the 4 numbers I care about on the tax return. That's it. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. What are they? They are my queen. They are my king. They are what you owe them people and what you actually paid them people. Because I only care about them numbers when I'm doing a 1040. What? The queen, the king, what you paid them, what you owe them people, and what you actually paid them people. Because other than that, we just mathing. Now, it's a lot of rules and regulations and a lot of tax law to get us on their tax return to these numbers. It is. However, I want you to know what they are and why I care about them so much and why I feel like the queen is the most important number on the tax return. And I'm looking for her to do what she do. The reason why is because, well, don't take my word from it. Let's go to the irs.gov page and let's check that page out, shall we? All right, y'all see it? So y'all don't be mad at me. Y'all see it. Says definition of adjusted gross income. Your adjusted gross income is your total gross income from all sources minus certain adjustments. And for us tax professionals and accountants, that's our deductions above the line, right? On Schedule 1 of your 1040, your AGI is calculated before you take your standard deduction or itemized deductions or on Form 1040. That is your deduction below the line. Why? Because when we're taught as accountants, the line is the queen, which would make her the most important thing. Okay? I am dropping all the rhymes in here today. I don't even know what to do with myself. I probably need a snack. I'm probably delirious at this point. Okay? So that is really what is going on here. That is what it is. The queen is the most important number. Why? Because the federal adjusted gross income or that FAGI. Some of y'all may have done your own taxes before. You looking at me like, what's the FAGI? Or however y'all want to say it. FAGI, federal adjusted gross income. She is the start of your state tax return. I make this stuff up. She is your phase out determiner. She show up all over the tax return. And the reason why I call her the queen is truly because she moved just like a queen do on the chessboard. What? The queen, she take on all the other pieces' movements. She do. She do. She's powerful. She's strong. She can move in the L. She can move up 2. She can move 1. You know what I'm saying? She can move diagonally. She move like everybody else on the chessboard. Why do I say chess? Because taxes are strategic, just like chess is strategic. And if you don't understand the strategy and how to play the game, then you could be screwed. So you got to learn how to play the game. I ain't say the game was fair. I didn't say all the different sections and codes and regulations in the tax code were I'm not gonna say necessary. I didn't say that, right? But if you don't know how they move and how to leverage them and how to take advantage of them, if you can, because baby, tax planning ain't for everybody. And the tax code was not built for everyone. The tax code truly is, if you ain't paid for the lobbying, I'm gonna leave that right there. It's for the investors, like, all them loopholes, all them subsidies, right, are for investors and for business owners. It is what it is. But I didn't say it was fair. I'm saying y'all need to understand what's really going on so that you're not so upset when you get to the end of the year and you file a return and you was like, I was hoping to get a refund because you want Christmas in April and it ain't working and the math ain't mathing, because you need to understand this ahead of time and get a better understanding of how the return work. So off my soapbox, back to the IRS definition, because this is what IRS.gov has said. All right, so what do you see? Right? Here we go. This is our adjustments to income. These are some subtractions, right? This is our adjusted gross income, line 11. That's the queen. She gonna show up everywhere, right? So we taking some deductions before the queen. We taking some deductions after the queen. And of course, we got some qualified business income deductions, which I will compliment. I will compliment them for keeping that. Okay? When do you need your AGI? You may need your AGI to confirm your identity when you file your return, right? So when you're trying to e-file or you're trying to make a payment, sometimes they'll ask you what the AGI from a previous year is. You need to know line 11 in the last couple of years. That's a very important line. To qualify for tax credits and other benefits. What do that mean? Patrice, what do that mean? That means she be phasing you out. Depending on what she is and what the amounts are, sometimes you can get some deductions and sometimes you can't. It's not my fault. At certain amounts, she started to phase you out. She powerful. That's why she the queen. That's why I care about what she is. I'm looking for her to be as low as legally possible. All right. How do you calculate the AGI? Well, we start with your total gross income. That's income from all sources. We've had an explanation on what gross income is. That's even them people that pays you cash and you put in your sock drawer. I mean, that's income. I'm just gonna let you know for the people in the back. This includes wages, tips, interest, dividends, capital gains, business income, retirement income, and other forms of taxable income. We'll make sure you get this link, so if you need to, you can tap that thing and figure it out. From your gross income, you're going to subtract certain adjustments, such as alimony payments, educator expenses, certain business expenses, deductible portions of HSA contributions. This is above and beyond your personal contributions, right? Deductible IRA contributions. But remember, she can phase you out. Moving expenses. Now, this is for military only. In the past, it was for everybody, but right now, everybody can't get it. Deductible self-employment tax. Okay? The deductible portion. Penalties on early savings withdrawals. Retirement contributions. And student loan interest. If you do not get phased out. Let's look at an AGI example. See what it does for us. All right, they gave us a worksheet. Now, this is the one thing I tell y'all. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it for the people in the back. The freaking IRS is a gentleman. All right? He asks you several different questions. He don't just come and snatch your money without letting you know he going to come snatch your money because you didn't pay him. He send you like 8, 6, 4 different messages. It's like, hey, girl, I'm coming to pick you up. Hey, boy, I'm coming to pick you up. We going out. I'm down the street. Are you ready? Text you. We not honking the horn. I'm getting ready to walk to the door. Okay, that's how it works. He a gentleman. Now the states, they Rumpelstiltskin. They want your firstborn. That's just how it is. Them states get on my nerves. They don't have too much lean to them. IRS, we can work some stuff out. Now, we're going to go to this example, and you probably like, Patrice, how did you get to that? Because they giving us examples and letting you know how it works. That's why. That's why. Y'all see this example? Your income, let's say, is $50,000 in wages. You have $12,000 in rental income. You have $8,500 as a part-time Uber driver, which is self-employed income, right? And you have $500 in bond interest. We add that all together, mix it in a pot like jambalaya, and it adds up to $71,000 for your gross income. Now, we have certain adjustments above the line. The line is the AGI. She's the queen. We have $250 in educator expenses. Now, in 2024, that was The max you could get is 300. So okay, 250 in education expenses, and this person qualifies to get their student loan interest. The the max is 2,500, right? So they get that deduction. So we got total adjustments of 2,750. Their AGI, right, is 68,250. All we did was subtract that from the 71,000. It's your total income less your adjusted gross income. Now, I don't know why we didn't do self-employment tax or anything else in my deductions. Hey, don't kill me because the example was the example. I'm using what's on their page. But I'm just saying, maybe that wages got all ate up because of their expenses, their mileage, and that's a whole nother discussion for another day, talking about that Schedule C and what's going on with these Uber and gig drivers. I ain't gonna go into that. I ain't gonna give you all that sauce. All right. But now you understand how we arrive to that. We get all our income, we subtract those legal adjustments that we can deduct, and then we get our queen. And she sets the tone for the rest of the freaking return. Now, there is such a thing called a modified adjusted gross income. We'll talk about that next week. But I want you to be aware, right, that if you don't have no adjustments, you can't be getting mad at the IRS. That just means all the income you got is all the income that's going to be setting the tone before we get to taxable income. He's the king. That means we don't have no adjustments before the line. We just got adjustments below the line or deductions below the line. That's standard deduction or itemized deductions. That's the rules. That's what's happening on the 1040. So I want you to be aware. I need y'all to be keeping track of all the income you earn and be aware of what adjustments you may be entitled to. And now sometimes there are certain reasons why you can't get that adjustment. So student loan interest, if you're married filing separately, you're not going to get the student loan interest, right? So there's certain rules. If you end up in a certain income threshold, it will start to phase out, okay? So those things are important because also it impacts how much you can deduct, if you can deduct for retirement. You got to know what these rules are. You see the nuances that happen? A lot of times we put stuff in the software and we don't really understand the rules that are happening behind the scenes. And for some people, that's cool. You don't care. You just want to know what the bottom line is and you did your thing because you went to the IRS estimator, withholding estimator, and you know you're supposed to be getting some coins back and you just want your coins. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to educate you on a weekly basis and explain to you the number that I care about first. She right here. Why? Because I'm taking her and I'm going to use her at the beginning of your state tax return. She gonna determine what we can do and what we can't do on the rest of this tax return. And so I wanted y'all to understand what she is. We'll come back next week and we'll talk about modified adjusted gross income, do a comparison of the differences, but I need you to understand these numbers as you're going through because I don't want you to continue to be mad at the government because you don't understand what is happening on that 1040 and pouting and everything and they out to get you. With education, you can make smarter decisions and decide, hey, I might want to do a one-off tax planning meeting so that I can put myself in a better position. I might want to use the IRS withholding estimator because that is free so I can make sure that I'm withholding enough money. I might want to go look at those tax tables so I get a better idea of what Patrice is talking about, stuff phasing out at $100,000. I want you to understand that I will do a much better job of breaking these things down so that they're palatable and you understand why these four numbers are most important. And let me know, should I put them on a t-shirt that say, it's got the tax cop on the front. The only numbers I care about are 1, the queen, 2, the king, 3, what you owe them people, and 4, what you pay them people. I think I should. Let me know in the comments. Until next week, I'm going to be hollering at y'all. Peace.